Good morning, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. It is CT scan day, so they've booked me in for a CT scan and an MRI scan of the liver because before the clinical trial starts, they need to make sure that the liver is okay.
Hello, beautiful trowels. Wow, what a ride we've been on recently, huh? But I'm sure by now every single one of you has suffered through the latest so-called riveting installment of the Tiffany Thinks reality show that aired last Thursday. And once again, it was a complete circus. Nothing made sense. Not a single thing. But here we are. Back again. I mean, at this point, I don't even know whether to laugh, cry, or start a bingo card for every time she changes her story. But as usual, I've got questions. So many questions for our favorite cancer social media influencer. Not that any of them will ever be answered, because mystery is apparently part of the aesthetic. So grab a snack, lower your expectations, and let's see where this soap opera on shuffle takes us today, shall we? So the episode kicks off with Tiffany trotting off for her CT scan for this so-called clinical trial. But, of course, there's no mention of which trial it actually is, because apparently this is now a top-secret government operation. Meanwhile, her poor Tiffanythinks family is absolutely heartbroken that she won't tell them anything. So, in desperation, they've turned it into one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries, right up there with Bigfoot, the Bermuda Triangle, and whatever timeline Tiffany's actually living in. We then have the absolute privilege of watching Tiffany demonstrate to over 100,000 people how to drink water from a plastic bottle. Because apparently, that's the kind of high-level content we're doing now. And let's be honest, she's never fooled anyone into thinking she actually likes water. She spent months cutting out every single sip from her videos. And suddenly, in this episode, she decides to keep it in. The result? Well, a facial expression that screams pure disgust, like she's just taken a swig of drain cleaner. Or maybe this little performance was crafted especially for your creepy audience. Because, let's face it, drinking water from a bottle like that seems to be quite the fetish these days. And we all know what those creeps are pretending it is. No need to spell it out. Anyone with half a brain gets the point. If not, take a quick look online. There's plenty of that nonsense floating around. Or even right here on YouTube, let me give you a little preview.
Today is a very hot day, so this is your reminder to drink water.
I mean, who even knows anymore when it comes to you? It's not like this kind of content isn't right up your alley. Remember when you used to eat seductively on camera for these creeps?
Yeah? Oh my gosh. So good. I've dipped it in the sauce as well. Oh my god, it tastes so good. It's so cheesy. That tastes so good. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I put out videos every Monday. See you in my next video. Bye. Mwah. Do you remember when I used to do mukbangs in my car? I would do KFC, McDonald's. I think I might have taken some of those videos down because it's so cringe.
And let's not forget how you conveniently left that little detail out when you met Matt. Didn't exactly mention that your big claim to fame was acting seductive online just to rack up views on YouTube, did you?
Darling, do you know before I used to make videos, like eating videos? Do you know that?
Eating?
Yeah. Like a pizza or McDonald's or
Mukbang?
a mukbang. That was like a big thing on YouTube before. I don't know if it still is, but do you guys remember? I don't know if you've been here from then, but where I used to do sit-down eating videos.
So let's be honest here. It's really quite surprising that you can even turn your neck like that. Especially how you love to lay it on thick to your viewers about being in constant pain and needing a constant river of morphine running through your blood. But it really does make me question just how much of what you share with your loving Tiffanythinks family is actually true. Because in the next clip, there's yet again more things that just don't seem to add up. Okay, So then we see Tiffany practically bouncing and skipping into the hospital, all giddy like she's heading to a rave instead of a CT scan. But Tiff, where's the camera this time? Because you're obviously filming on your phone here. The lighting, the color, it's clearly phone footage. I mean, by now, I'm sure you're all used to the usual lighting on Tiffany Thinks episodes, as she has the brightness turned up so much viewers could easily mistake her for Casper. So what's wrong, Tiff? Afraid the Royal Marsden staff might actually catch you with your camera and call you out? That would ruin the performance, wouldn't it? And of course, you pull the same tired trick, pretending to be on FaceTime so no one realizes you're secretly recording.
In the waiting area, it's quite busy today, but what I've done is, you know, my phone, I just put this behind the camera so it looks like we're FaceTiming.
I mean, it's not like the hospital doesn't have signs plastered everywhere saying no filming, and they're literally cracking down on it right now. But no, you just can't resist, can you? Rules never seem to apply to you. You'll twist, fake, and sneak your way through anything if it means squeezing out one more clip for your channel. And then with the CT scan all done and dusted, Tiffany's back in the car with yet more whining and moaning about how much pain she's in and how awful it was having to keep her arms up during the scan.
The CT scan was very quick, but you have to put your arms up, and where it's so sore on my neck, when I put my arms up, I was like, ow, 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 but I knew the scan needed to be done. It's okay to put it up, but when you keep it up for too long, it really hurts my neck and this area, because I think it's kind of, the cancer is this area.
We then have to sit through Tiffany announcing that she's off to get her eyebrows done.
Whilst I'm here, I'm going to go and get my eyebrows done. I just think, you know, I feel like it'll make me feel, I need it done.
But wait, hold on a second. Tiffany, let me ask you something. If that CT scan was as excruciating as you made it out to be, why on earth are you rushing straight off to get your eyebrows done? You never stop going on about how much your neck hurts whenever you have to hold your arms up for threading, yet here you are, willingly doing exactly that right after whining about being in agony.
And you know, I had to, you know, when you do eyebrow threading, you have to hold your arm up. And honestly, my neck was in so much pain. And then there was a moment where I was like, and I said, listen, I didn't want to tell her what was going on. I just said, sorry, I've got a bit of neck pain. But you have to hold your arm up like this to hold the brow. And I kept thinking, you know what, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to have nice eyebrows.
It's beyond laughable at this point, isn't it? The contradictions just keep stacking higher and higher, and honestly, it's reached the stage where taking any of it seriously feels like a joke in itself. But yet, we see Tiffany back in the car after getting her eyebrows done. Not a single complaint about how painful her neck supposedly is when she has them threaded.
Eyebrows done, I got myself a little coffee, a little extra hot flat white.
This from the same person, who was practically falling apart over the CT scan just moments before. I mean, the switch up is unreal.
The CT scan was very quick, but you have to put your arms up, and where it's so sore on my neck, when I put my arms up, I was like, ow, ow, ow.
As usual with a Tiffany Thinks reality show, absolutely nothing adds up. Nothing makes sense. Everything's conveniently hidden or glossed over. Unless, of course, there's money to be made from it. Affiliate links, sponsorships, thousands of views. Suddenly, everything's front and center. It's also transparent and not in the honest way. And what's left? Her loyal subscribers, left scratching their heads after every single episode, trying to make sense of the chaos. But can they even ask questions? Technically, yes. But the moment they do, they're pounced on by her family members pretending to be regular viewers. And if a question dares to get too close to the truth, well, that's it. The block button comes out, and the subscriber is gone without a trace. A bit like when her viewers dare to ask how she manages to look so well while supposedly being so far along in her stage 4 cancer journey. I mean, it's a fair question, especially considering how many people have pointed out how incredibly unwell she looked back when she was only at stage 3. So for argument's sake, let's bring up an episode from season 2, shall we? So here we have our little cancer social media influencer back in season 2, which aired in 2022, back when Tiffany was stage 3. And honestly, she looked nowhere near healthy back then, right? I mean, her hair was thinning, she looked very underweight, and just incredibly frail. Exactly how someone seriously unwell would look. But now, fast forward to the 2025 season of the Tiffany Thinks reality show, and suddenly she's practically glowing. For someone who's supposedly gone from stage 3 to stage 4. So it's really no surprise people are questioning Tiffany's staging, because honestly, ever since this reality show began, she's switched up her cancer stage almost as often as she changes her nail color.
They don't know what stage I'm at. They don't know if it's spread. They don't know where it's located or where the primary source is. They don't know anything yet. Don't need to know what stage, isn't it? Forget the stage. We just say, is the chemo enough? Even though it's stage 4, it doesn't mean anything bad. It's at stage 3 at the moment. If there is an improvement, I want to ask because last time they said it was stage 3, I want to know if it's like stage 1 or stage 2 now.
So I'm sure everyone can agree that the writers of this show really love to keep things edgy, huh? There are more ups and downs, twists and turns than anyone can keep track of. And of course, for a lifestyle vlogger, that's exactly the kind of content that keeps viewers hooked, drama and suspense over and over again. Because let's be real, this so-called cancer journey isn't about educating anyone. It's purely there for entertainment.
If you're here for like educational purposes, this isn't the video or the channel for you.